It's 030 hours, June 6th, 1944, and Major Verer Pluskat stands alone in his concrete bunker high above Omaha Beach. He commands the 352nd Infantry Division's coastal artillery, and for months he has stared at this same empty horizon. Tonight, something feels different. His orders are clear. If the Allies come, his guns must stop them on the beach. If they break through here, the road to Paris lies open. At 0100 hours, the phone rings. It's his regimental commander. He scans the darkness again. Nothing but waves and fog. He hangs up and returns to the scope. His crews man the 155mm guns in their reinforced positions, ammunition stacked and ready. The naval mines stretch across the beach below. The obstacles bristle from the sand. Everything is prepared, but the waiting gnaws at him. Then, at 2 a.m., he hears it. A low mechanical growl rolling across the water. Aircraft engines, hundreds of them. The sound grows into a roar. Pluskat rushes to the observation slit. The sky to the north erupts in streaks of light. Parachutes bloom like white flowers against the darkness. Thousands of them. Alarm. His artillery crews scramble to their guns. The phone rings again. His gunners train their pieces inland, but the order is absolute. The beach. Always the beach. But the paratroopers are landing behind them, cutting roads, seizing bridges. The invasion is already past his guns. Dawn begins to break at 5:30. A pale gray light spreads across the water. Pluskat returns to his scope, scanning the horizon. His heart stops. Ships. Not dozens, not hundreds, thousands. The entire horizon from left to right, as far as he can see, is covered in ships. Battleships, cruisers, destroyers, transports. An armada beyond comprehension. They sit in neat rows. Timbuktu AI motor videos, YouTube, API access, multilingual translation services, website analytics tools. Dark silhouettes against the lightning sky, stretching to infinity. His hands shake as he reaches for the phone. Static crackles. His commander's voice is tight. Before the response comes, the world explodes. The first salvos from the Allied naval guns tear across the sky like freight trains. The sound arrives a split second before the shells. They slam into the bluffs around him with earth-shattering force. Concrete dust fills his bunker. The walls shudder. Fire and fire. His guns roar to life. The 155mm pieces bark, sending shells arcing toward the distant fleet. But the Allied fire's overwhelming. For every shot he sends, 50 come back. The German positions erupt in fountains of dirt, steel, and shattered concrete. At 6:30 a.m., landing craft appear. Hundreds of them churning forward in waves. They're heading straight for Omaha Beach, straight for his sector. CNC fire! His battery commanders acknowledge. The German guns shift, tracking the approaching boats. At 2,000 meters, they open fire. Shells splash around the craft. One takes a direct hit and disintegrates in a ball of orange flame. But there are too many. For every craft destroyed, 10 more push forward. The landing craft hit the obstacles. Some explode on mines. Others grind to a halt on the steel hedgehogs. The ramps drop. American soldiers pour out into chest-deep water. Yes. The MG-42 positions dug into the bluffs open fire. The distinctive ripping sound of German machine guns echoes across the beach. Tracer lines rake the waterline, forcing the first wave to scatter and dive for cover. The surf churns with chaos, yet they keep coming. More landing craft grind onto the sand. Tanks push forward. Some bog down immediately, others crawl toward the shingle. Engineers sprint with charges, trying to cut lanes through the obstacles. From Pluskat's guns, heavy shells slam into the beach, blasting sand and debris skyward and shredding equipment in an instant. A naval shell finds one of his artillery pieces and silences the position in a single strike. The Americans are pinned down behind the seawall and shingle. The waterline is choked with wreckage and damaged vehicles burn along the beach. It looks hopeless, but the landing craft keep coming. Wave after wave, spilling fresh troops onto the open sand. At 7:30, he thinks to himself, how many shells remaining? They've been firing for an hour.
At this rate, they'll be out in 30 minutes. He calls regiment again. The Allied guns adjust. The pattern changes. Less noise, more intent. Spotters are guiding the fire, feeding coordinates from the beach and the air. Impacts march up the bluff, closing in with frightening accuracy. Then the bunker takes a direct shock. The scope fractures. The view disappears. Plouskat hits the floor hard. He lifts his head and sees smoke seeping through a new crack in the wall. The concrete is beginning to give. 2 guns left with fewer than 40 shells remaining. By 800, the Americans,